It was funny, okay? Detective, look at me. Yeah, I'm confused too. Like, how is Pearls not the killer here? Like, what? Detective, look at me. He's the only one who could have done it. Knife? Ace Detective, look at me. You mean Mask Demask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Mask Demask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Cain Bullard. You know, yesterday I said he is Mask Demasked, but today I frame him for something else because I hate him. You know, he has to suffer. Yo, and if you want to, grab the freaking key, like Age of Wonders Planetfall Deluxe Edition. Look how tasty it sounds when I just say it. So if you're in stream right now and you want this wonderful game, do it. These are the last chances to like grab keys. For a while, I guess. So, order, Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Theft and murder. Which is more serious crime? They're not even close. Murder is the most serious crime, of course. It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment. Please remember the trial from yesterday if you would. When Look At Me confessed, there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course, a famous detective was unmasked as well as Mask Demask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along, to be found guilty. Mask Demask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was stealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask Demask was Look At Me's airtight, watertight, and unaccessibly God damn it. Was Look At Me's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. I don't know. I know what it means. Like you can't like murder it. Basically, a guilty verdict as an alibi. Yeah, it's a good one, right? You know, it's almost time. What? For Look At Me's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial after all. If we're going to stop this trial and stall that one, we need to do it now. Of course. Let's assuming you have proof that the detective was the one who committed the murder. Unassailable, yeah, I guess, right? I tried this. I saw the sale very late, so I was like struggling, and then I was like, okay, unassailable, right? Unassailable, easy. After the fact, it's easy, you know. Mr. Look At Me's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and failed to prove adequate proof of his true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? Are you sure about that? I guess. Ha! A bet's only good when your life's the end. Sorry. Mr. Wright, I believe in you. Mr. Delight. So please. I'm begging you. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Yeah, I saved the game. Shh. Nobody saw this. You have to shush. You have to shush about the facts, you know? Nobody saw that I saved. Don't call me out like that. I'm the Pharaoh. You can't like blame shit on me. Phoenix. Oh, melons. What's that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust, take my melons. Oh, what? The voice. It sounds like Mia. Your Honor, the defense requests an immediate recess. Ha, so that's your answer, huh? Very well. I have decided as well. This court will now take a 20-minute recess. Mr. Wright, when we return, please summon Mr. Luke Atme to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. Ooh, this is so good. Oh, Pain? Pain is the one? Yeah, of course. Well, Sir Detective Atme, I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly. I know, Sir Detective Atme. You were the one who... Are they kissing each other now? Oh, you're such a good prosecutor. You make such a good case. Oh no, you're such a good, defendant. You make this so easy. Oh, come, Mr. Payne. Ooh. What? Oh, look! There is like another judge. Oh, look at him. He's so beautiful. Why can't we why don't we have this judge sometimes? That's enough. He's like the royal judge. This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the defendant Luke Atme. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law, and I wish to file an accusation against this man, Luke Atme. Accusation? You accuse Mask Demask? That man is not Mask Demask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? Look, he's the royal judge. He's like for the good cases, I guess. To be continued. Good one. Blonde judge is apparently Canadian. Is he? No, he's royal judge. He's royal judge. You can't convince me otherwise. He is royal judge. Let's go. October 14th. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. So then, she's still alive, inside your heart. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true the detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But he is the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at Lordley's Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme wants to kill Kane Bullard? And finish his sentence with an A? Is this Canadian slang? I have no idea, so... If it is, and this is a hint of him being Canadian, yes, cool. I take it. I don't have something against a Canadian judge, I guess. Why should I? Cool. Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. Where do you find this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Inside the courtroom? And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. Yeah. I guess we're going back in. Now then, this court is back in session. I had a good laugh with my Big Bang Theory episode, and by the way, did you see did you see Judge Royal? Yeah. I was about to do that. I want to include your writing in this episode. Welcome. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. Hello there. Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I never would have thought to see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi that by the name of Mask Demask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Look at Me has no idea what you mean. Well, of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could have known what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask Demask. Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take the red diamond ring. Yeah, I knew that they like hint, 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 red diamond ring, hint, 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 look at the frickin' blackmail, there's the red, hint, hint, hint. Yeah. That sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. This is your divine finger? I don't know, this is my, like, get the fuck out of my room finger. I don't know, like, this is not the divine one. I guess my thumb is the divine one, because this can decide if we, like, let someone live or someone will die in, like, the freaking Colosseum. So, but this is, like, the not divine finger. I'm very sure. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask Demask. Of course. Very well then, Look at Me. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 AM, Cain Bullard was murdered. Where were you at the time? Gotta go? But it was so cozy with you it was so cozy that you were here. But I guess you can go. Thanks for being here. Hope to see you soon. And I hope I can, drive by your streams in the next year. Have a good one. Where were you at the time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of itself. But don't worry, I will not hold it against you, so judge. Yeah. Ah! My chat is so rude. If Melody stands up and goes from our large, like, couch public viewing room, everyone is like, bye, see you. And if I'm saying like, oh, I'm not sexy, oh, I don't know what to do, guys. You like punish me with silence. This is how it is. This is how it is. You bring dishonor to your family and dishonor to your cow. The sands will consume you, I hope. A standard greeting still stands. Okay, this is true. This is true. But now I know. Now I know. Thanks. Akio coffee. He's like, freaking stop your madness. Alright, Mr. Adme, the night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears. I like him as a prosecutor. I do. Like, he's not like... it's okay to be lazy. We are guilty. You are guilty. This is true. I like him as a prosecutor because he's not like blabbling and blabbling and blabbling and blabbling. It's cool. He's like spitting out facts, and he's very like, I like this. I like that he's like directing the witness to speak, or the judge to speak, or me to speak, and he's like more than like a director in court. I like that in some way. Like, this is better than like going on a rant with the prosecution. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Let's go. The alibi. Go. I was stealing the urn as Mask Demask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. I wonder. The time at which the camera captured Mask Demask was the same time as the murder. Was it though? It seemed the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret in this picture as well. Yeah, it's about the paint, maybe? Let's see. Even the great Mask Demask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. Stop that. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is its alibi. Yeah. Show him, Nick! That's a fun Karmas thing? Yeah, I guess. Everyone's like, this is sus. Look at me acting sus. You get finger gunned in chat. This is not good. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That is why I am called Mask Demask. But conveniently, that also means that there is no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean? Oh. Are you saying that this is not in fact Luke Atme? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask Demask to create an alibi? Oh, what an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? If Luke Atme was at KB Security during the murder, the mask in the picture has to be, then the mask in the picture has to be a fake. And there really was an accomplice, but right now I have no idea who it was. Huh. I don't have any idea who either. Basis objections are just what the guy wants. Yeah. This is interesting. I guess Desi could be like a accomplice, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see the picture once again. I don't know. I don't know for now. Let's move on. I believe Andrea and Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. You sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see, you truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am. And Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Huh? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor, while he wasn't the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. You know, that's true. It is kinda odd. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You say that almost as if you had this picture... that you had this picture taken on purpose. Ah. He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. Ah. We all have days like that. Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. It looks like I better gather more information for now. If he's truly the killer, there's got to be something phony in that photo. About the camera that took the photograph. Oh, come on, it's all too clear what you're thinking, huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed the picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way the picture could have been altered. I see, it looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious. So this alibi is false, it has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security. But I'm not really spotting anything unusual. Yeah, you know... There are two possibilities. Either the mask in the photo is fake, or the photo itself is. So we heard everything now. Oh, this is interesting. What does speckled mean? Is speckled a word for the frickin' like for the paint? Yeah. I guess it's a hint. I guess it's a hint on the frickin' paint, huh? Oh, okay. This is good to know. Yeah. I try to give him that. I try to give him that for some reason. No. Sometimes I hate my thinking. It's not time for that, I guess. I guess he doesn't have an accomplice. So this was after the statue was moved, right? So the statue has moved for some reason, because if this was on the night of the crime, the statue would still stand there, right? I guess. Let's give him the photograph itself. Yeah, I saved, right? Yeah, I saved. I die now. I die now. Let's think about this more. Maybe I should like press an accomplice out of this? But I don't know how, like... I don't see an accomplice in this for now. Oh, okay. Oh, it's kind of. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. This is like the weird shit sometimes. Sometimes you can just press on. So you bet there is something odd in this photograph. Yeah, this is the statue is missing in this photograph. I know that. So yeah, let's go. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. God damn it. And there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory. That doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well then, please let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? Yeah, this. The funny part is right here. Why this? This is the... this is a blood stain. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. This stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored is at that. From blood to peaches. The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents? I don't know. The problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse. It turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright, what is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stain statue? The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime around noon, the golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be a perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there. But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner. Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you are prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue at the night of the crime? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm an idiot. Why do I do this? I'm not qualified for this job. It was not Mask Demask, I guess. If I say he wasn't the one who moved it, then I would imply that he wasn't there, huh? I mean, there was no one else there, right? Let's try. The one who moved the statue is no other than Look at Me. Come on, Sir Lawyer. There you go again, on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for such strange delusions? It's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. It is indeed very simple, however. Why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue. Okay. The real battle begins, huh? This is not even my final form! Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move the statue? I don't know, saving maybe? I go for saving here. What? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me, you pretend to be Mask Demask. To create an alibi by showing you were at Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like cheap film in the drugstore. That is why you had to move the statue. A single fatal flaw. Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist? I guess it's the box itself now? Because the box itself is not like... covered in paint? I try. Ah. The lie is Mask Demask. Are you saying that this Mask Demask is a fake? Is a fake? Yes. If this is yes. Ah. You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsible, huh? The real question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possibly could there be with Mask Demask identity? Okay. So it's the timestamp then, huh? Okay. The easy one. Let's go. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I mean, you know, I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Look at Me went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious it would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor, when was this statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Look at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. On the time, yeah. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the... Of course, the statue hadn't yet been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah, so on the day of the crime, Mr. Edby must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak, I guess. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Look at Me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in this photo. Okay. So yeah, yes, I guess. Order, Mr. Edme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data of the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage the data was yours. That alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. I mean, but without proof, you know. Order, Mr. Godu, what is the meaning of this? Godu, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good to the last drop. Why is he so sexy? Why is he so sexy? Look at this smile, like this perfect teeth grin. Hate him. I hate him because he's sexy. Look at me, I'm like wearing my freaking Hello Kitty Hollow Knight t-shirt. Right, and he's like, have a suit in the West and a bow tie and all that crap. It's not a bow tie is like this. You know, and he has a ring on his like pointy finger, and he has like coffee, and he's like, you know, piercings and stuff. Maybe he's tattooed. Maybe he has a six-pack, I don't know. Maybe. And I'm sitting here in my freaking Hello Kitty Hollow Knight shirt. He's so sexy. I can't get over that fact. God damn it. Yeah. See? Yeah. This too. This too. However, the defense has a very good point. A good point. What? We are all but travelers on a road to infinite points. Huh? I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time, and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. That's a very interesting idea. However, yeah, where is the frickin' proof? There is no point that can't be denied. Which is Akio coffee. And he has magic too. God damn it, I'm so jelly of this person. Even like his beard looks sexy. What? That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams. Yeah, this is true too. Let's write this down. Or clip that. It's okay, dude. You can clip it. Or you can write it. Write it down. Down writing is better. Yeah, this is true. That's very true. No way. Don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask. Yes? If there is no funny business in your actions as Mask Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy, so let's hear it. I have a summon melon spell. Yeah, this is true, too. Yeah, I give you that. This is true. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the Sacred Urn. The Sacred Urn heist. See. I first received the request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box and Zvari! It was then sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was already unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. Oh, now the spankled stuff is coming in place. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my car 10 days beforehand. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 AM on October 12th. Okay. Okay. This is good. That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, but we will find the hidden truth, the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness. Am I like a gold digger now? Witness. You're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zari. Okay, yes or no, dude? Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yeah, I do that. The second urn heist. I'm a little low on, life. Maybe you should like save here. Oh well, let's save down here. This is a good one. Let's go. You were asked to guard the urn by Miss Adrian Andrews. Is that right? Indeed. It seemed that they had heard of my sparkling reputation. Ah. I see Miss Andrews is still attracting the weirdos. You better watch out too, Maya. The urn was placed in a box. Okay. You mean this box? Yes, that pathetic box. Lady Andrews was especially taken with that urn, and she wouldn't let anyone enter the storeroom, not even me. Huh, interesting new tidbit. Hence I was actually unable to see the urn for myself. Okay. So you're sure that you had never seen the urn before? Indeed. You may ask Lady Andrews to confirm for yourself. Adrian. Oh, yo, sorry. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I had the feeling I butchered this in this episode. Adrian, yeah. I try. My security was focused entirely on the entrance to that warehouse. However, I look at me. Let no information whatsoever slip through my fingers. Do you mean this calling card? That's right. That is, without a doubt, my calling card. I guess Mr. Delight didn't make this after all. Of course, because Atme knew about the emblem. Making this card authentic would have been child's play for him. I then handled security by myself. Yeah. Then no one entered the basement warehouse. Unfortunately, there were many different treasures being taken there. Thus, for a period of approximately 5 days, people were indeed going in and out of the warehouse. Okay, so good. Everything is good. And this is the photo that proves that, Indeed, to be honest, even if a photo was taken, I didn't think it would matter terribly much. And Nick, if this photo is a fake, Detective Atme might have stolen the urn whenever this was taken. That's true. You know, he's been saying that he never saw the urn until that night. If we can prove that he is lying there, we can wrap this up and put a bow on it. Yeah. I know, you shush! You shush! I can like... Everything is fine. I know everything now. I am the mastermind of a lawyer after all. Am I not? Oh, I am. True. So... But I don't know again timing, so I guess we're doing timing here. Yeah. Mr. Atme, if you really are Mask the Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course. Is there a problem with that calling card? Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask the Mask had written. Take good care of the speckled urn. Now, the speckled here surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true. But so what? You know, truth be told, there is no way that Mask the Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? This pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains. And these paint stains, and those stains, sorry, did not appear. I am foreshadowing, yeah, yeah. Until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor. Akio coffee! I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Wright. The day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse, the urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn. You can't be serious. And yet this calling card clearly mentioned the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before the crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken. And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder no longer holds water. Oh. Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this case. We have this. He cannot escape. Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Alright. That did it. He's broken. He's broke now. Poor guy. Oh, Nick. I think it's still a little early for victory pose. Huh? Huh? Oh. Akio coffee. Ah. It's so sad. No one has any convictions these days. Conviction, you say. Yesterday, we all decided unanimously. I have to read this. Sorry, I have to write this down. I can't do that. Don't spoil me on this. You shush now. Unanimously? Unanimously, yeah. It said that. Unanimously, yeah. It said that. You shush. Maya's being very talkative in this case, yeah. Again, like, the prosecutor is super calm and I like that because I can focus on the defendant or like the witnesses, and she's like blah 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 blah. And I don't know if this is like the end part of the freaking like cross-examination. I don't care much about what they say, so you know I tend to skip it now. And now you're calling him a murderer. You don't think you're being a tad fickle? That's a good point. No way. Don't fall for that too, Your Honor. Let's save again. You say that Luke Atme wasn't the one who killed Cain Bullard. And let me ask you this. Why would he do that? because of the frickin' an excellent point. Motive, Mr. Wright, motive. Might you my merry murderous motive manifest? Might you my merry murderous motive manifest? Nick, he's getting his second wind. Oh no! Strike him down. Kill his ads first, I guess. If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder. The only one with any motive we've seen is Ron Delight. Isn't that right, detective? Indeed, according to my own research, that boy's motive is clear. Without a motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motive were. I'd be honored to, Sir Oldtimer. They're doing everything they can to make Ron look suspicious. Despite your lack of hard information, this may be your only chance. Motive for murder. But why do we talk to him about the motive for murder for the other guy? This is like super, no? Like, you know, I, look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Wrong. Cain Bullard decided to investigate Mask Demask and simply mistook who he was. Wrong. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. Wrong. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight of his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Mask Demask. That is why Mr. Delight saw it fit to kill Cain Bullard. Truly a tragedy. This is a good case, by the way. This is a super good case. So the victim, Cain Bullard, blackmailed the defendant. This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote that letter. Good. Good. But we know that, basically. But not to Mr. Ron Delight. Very well, Mr. Wright, you can begin your cross-examination. Should I just jump to conclusions? I try this, okay? Like, I don't press anything, I jump directly to conclusions. I never tried that, so let's try it here for once. Yeah, let's just do it. I never like tried it because this is like super clear for me. I want to like try to make this a little bit faster, I guess. Wrong. I mean, it is wrong. Sorry, I'm like, yeah, I guess I'm not the best like defense lawyer. I'm sitting there like the witness is like blah 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 blah. The other person like I'm sitting there like Akio coffee. Wrong. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Adamy? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's alright. When you said that this letter was addressed to Ron Delight, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Yeah, contradiction? I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that. You want to talk. At times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior? Indeed, time to man up, Mr. Wright. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter. Show us the contradicting evidence? What? Can I do that? I don't have this, right? Show us the contradicting evidence in the context of the blackmail letter. Ah. Huh, shit. I guess I'm going for the blackmail letter again. Ah, a little 2-1 punch. Like they wouldn't even phase me. Let's go. I think you mean 1-2 punch, Mr. Wright. Oh, what? Yo, so I have to press him to like get the information about the ring first? Boring. But it's okay. Yeah, like I wanted to try that, but I guess they forced me here to like hear more of the story. It's okay though. I don't mind. I was curious if I can do this. Because again, we know that this ring he's wearing is the like thing they talk about in the blackmail letter, so no, it's okay. Let's go. Let's press. And who in the world is going to prove that? I will. After doing a thorough background check of Detective Admin Kane Bullard, we are unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report. Perhaps they are connected through their work. They were both involved in security. Nope. In any case, the only one with a motive was Mr. Delight. Let's go. Mistook. That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse mistaka, meaning to make an arrow. That wasn't what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake Mask Demask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Ron Delight, of course. Boy, I'd like to wipe that smug look off his face, guy. Of this guy's face. Sorry, I'm like... Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask Demask? Don't you already know that? Savari! Take a look at this newspaper. Oh, that's the famous tear of Amanon, a magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly guard, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread this article in Savari. He got the wrong impression. The impression that this ugly security guard was in fact Mask Demask. Oh, I see. That was an unusually reasonable deduction. You mean this blackmail letter right here? It says bring 50k. And the handwriting is without a doubt the victim's. There is no mistake, I have an official report to prove it. But I don't see an addressee on this letter anywhere. An addressee. This letter was discovered in Ron Delight's apartment, and Mr. Delight did show up at the designated place and time. The fact that there is no addressee is irrelevant. I wonder, what's up, Nick? I just had a thought. What if that blackmail letter wasn't meant for Mr. Delight? Wah! Do you have any evidence of that? For some reason, I just can't shake the feeling that there is something not quite right about this blackmail letter. Well, everyone, are you quite satisfied? No. He called Ron ugly, I guess. What do you mean by that? Oh my, I was certain you were already aware. Svari! KB Security has a lot of yeah. I don't read like... I hate reruns. Kane Bullard had yet to forgive young Mr. Delight, which is why he sent him that letter upon mistakenly believing he was the thief. Here is a file that we discovered in Mr. Bullard's office. Evidence that Mr. Bullard was receiving money through blackmail. However, isn't this a bit odd? Why did the defendant pay Mr. Bullard the money? Even though he wasn't actually Mask Demask. On that point, there was an unfortunate bit of chance. Yeah, I guess, like you can you don't see yourself that often, so you can't easily point to others and calling them ugly. Do you really think that story is going to hold up? That assertion, sorry, oh my god, I'm like getting tired. I have to like make a break like soon. A short break to collect my thoughts and my tongue. My stupid German tongue. It's not merely my own, I'm afraid. I like know what to say, but I can't. What do you mean? I'm getting tired, you know. I have here a memo from Ron Delight's wife, Desiree Delight. Akio coffee. Good. Ronnie thinks he's masked the mask. Don't you feel sorry for him? Please don't think too badly of him. Ah, well, Mr. Wright. Was he trying to act like Mr. Delight just now? I thought he was actually pretty convincing.